Hi there, this is Miguel from Login Photo and Video. Thanks again for tuning in today. So essentially, the main thing is when you're recording with sound, make sure you do plenty of tests with the actual recording equipment. So I did this when I was playing the keyboard with my mom. I would just hit record her voice as well as my piano, kind of like a demo, so that you can play, so that you can hit test, and then after that just record maybe for a minute, nothing too long, and then play it over. This is so that you can get a preview of what it is that the equipment, in this case my phone, is actually recording. And don't discount when you are actually using maybe a smaller device. I was literally just using my iPhone, and because the quality of the audio can actually be surprisingly good. When we were able to hear the audio, we were quite happy with what we were able to get. So even if it's a smaller device, maybe a smartphone, it does have actually quite decent microphone that's built into the device. Personally, I like to use an Apple iPhone. I've just found that when I do record using the mic, the audio quality is quite good. And after I played the song on the iPhone itself, I did actually test the sound. I plugged it in to the speakers, the same speakers which the piano was playing out through. And yeah, the sound was absolutely amazing. So essentially, when you are doing any recordings of any kind, especially audio, just do make sure you play it over, you do your recording, just do a test run, get them to sing, get them to play, get your musicians, just do as if it's gonna be the proper thing. That way you can have a test for how it actually sounds like, a little preview. And this way you're able to make adjustments. So when I say adjustments, I mean in terms of instrument volume. So initially we found that her voice was actually quite loud. So actually in terms of the distance between her mouth and the actual phone itself, we sort of adjusted, I think it was about this distance. So maybe 30 centimeters between her mouth and the actual iPhone, and I put pretty much an improvised tissue right about here. That way, when you put a tissue there, so it's kind of an improvised pop filter. This way, any consonants, any strong hissing, such as when she says T or P or anything like that, in terms of when it's being recorded, there's no peaks in terms of the actual sound quality being recorded. So basically the singing quality becomes a lot better. So I found that worked pretty well, holding it about that distance to the phone. There was also the piano, which needed to be heard as well. So we found that was a bit on the quiet side. So with the keyboard, in terms of the volume, I simply increased the volume, not on the actual speaker itself, but on the actual keyboard. That way you're making sure you're only adjusting for those instruments, or you think of them as individual channels. Because mom's volume was okay, piano just needed to be a little louder, so basically I just made it a little louder on the keyboard itself. And that way the keyboard became louder without affecting her volume, because her volume was actually okay. So make sure you do plenty of testing, adjust for different levels for your various inputs that you need to record, and if one channel, so-called channel or musician is sounding fine, then just leave them be and just adjust everything else. So yes, in terms of adjustments, I do suggest you do any changes that you can, make it as best quality as you can on the spot when you're actually recording the raw footage or audio in this case for the first time. This way you basically minimize any post-production work that needs to happen in your computer, where if you can just get it right the first time, any audio, anything you're hearing, then all the better. It minimizes anything you need to do in the computer. Makes for a much more efficient workflow process. And it helped as well. So once I got to the MacBook Pro, that's this computer I use, we were able to simply just import the audio file. I didn't actually do any of the editing for the audio because it already sounded great. Because straight after I recorded everything, with the keyboard and the singing, I literally did a test preview. I connected my phone directly into the speaker, so that way you already get a preview that you know it's gonna sound okay, and make sure you preview the whole thing, everything from A to Z. That way you can hear anything that maybe needs to be re-recorded. Because the thing, if it's audio, it is practically impossible to make any edits or adjustments or enhancements, such as if there's any background noise that's excessive. So if you do hear it, I suggest simply record it again, because you'll spend more time in production at your computer trying to compress, trying to isolate anything. It's better just have a clean slate, do it again, and then basically you just get it right the first time. So simply just do a repeat of it. Because I have seen some people where they've tried to isolate, they try to enhance, reduce background noise. Simply if you can record without it, even better. So again, this is Miguel. Thanks again for your time. I really appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule. I look forward to giving you more videos on tips production wise, anything media wise really. And if you have any questions or comments, especially on anything you'd like to learn, photography, video, even workflow, lighting or process, anything on the actual computer itself, I would be more than happy to make a tips video for you, just like this one here, and to help you out on your production journey. So yes, please remember to subscribe. So just hit the red subscribe button below, and you'll be updated with any videos that I do put up that's gonna help you in terms of any shooting or media, photography, you name it. I'll be able to help you out and tell you more about production. Enjoy your day and take care. Thanks, bye.